up in here?
It's for your own good.
How can being shut away in a coal cellar be for my own good?
You must never try and run away from home, eh? Running from the stove therefore in your nightdress. Good heavens, you could catch your deathy weffy.
I need to know the truth about what happened to my parents.
I told you the truth, young lady. It was an accident. A-C-C-E-D-A-N-T. Spells accident.
It's a lie. Where are you going?
I need to find those D's. They were nowhere to be found seen in your father's study. I've turned this house upside down looking for those D's. Are you sure you don't know where they are, child?
Yes.
Well, Stella, you need to have a good old thinky-winky about where those deeds are hidden.
I have no idea, Auntie.
So you keep saying, perhaps after being left down here alone in the dark for a few days, you might just remember. Doodle-pip!
No!
Help me!
Ah!
Oh, for blooming sake! Stop screaming!
Ah!
Oh, shut your cake hole!
Who are you?
I'll tell you, but you've got to promise you won't scream the place down.
Yes.
You promise?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
You sure you won't scream?
No. Well, get on with it then.
I'm getting on with it. So, I'm a ghost.
Ah!
You promised you weren't going to scream.
Well, I didn't know you were going to say that.
Well, what do you want me to do? Tell a porcupine?
What's that?
A la Cockney rhyming slang, innit?
You can't be a ghost. They aren't real. My mama and papa told me so.
Oh, did they, Mama and Papa? Very la-di-la. Well, if ghosts ain't real, why did you scream?
Well, it's completely dark down here. I can't see you. I can't see a thing. If you're really a ghost, then prove it.
Alright, shift some of this collar out of the way.
Me?
Yeah, you. Well, that took you a while.
My name is Lady Stella Saxby of Saxby Hall.
Oh, la-di-da, la-di-day. Charming, I am sure, Lady Posho of Poshington Hall.
So, what's your name?
Soot.
I asked you what your name was, not what you sweep up.
Yeah, it's Soot.
That's not a name.
Well, it is.
How did you, well, you know, come to be a ghost?
Well, you have to die first, don't you?
How did you, become...
Brown bed?
Brown bread rhymes with dead.
Yeah, it does. Well, you may not believe me, milady, but I died in this very house.
It was a very long time ago now. I was so little my master thought he could push me up any chimney, whatever the size. He knew this house had mazes of chimneys and little tunnels, so I was the perfect lad for the job. Weird thing was, I had this really funny feeling when I walked in the door. Like I've been here before or something. So my master pushed me up the chimney and I was doing me brushing with me ujima flip. Me master had gone out for a smoke. Then Lord Love a Duck, I noticed me bum was getting really hot. I looked down the chimney, and someone had only gone and lit the fire. I cried for help, but no one came running. I guess they couldn't have known I was up there. Before I could say drac spat, there was all this smoke coming up. The chimney was so blocked, I couldn't climb it. I was stuck. I was a goner.
Stella and Soot arrived in the kitchen. Stella told Soot all about the events that had led up to her being locked in the coal cellar.
It's all very fishy, milady, but if you want the old moo locked up, you need proof.
Yes, I suppose I do. Let's become detectives, just like in my favourite books.
We're laugh detectives.
And if we work together, we can look for clues. Now, what do you think we should start?
The garage. Find out what happened to the car.
Let's go, Detective Soot.
Right, ya, detective, milady.
So Stella and Soot headed for the garage, where inside sat the family's once beautiful Rolls-Royce.
Here you go, milady. Wipe your eyes with this. I know it's not one of your posher handkerchiefs, but it'll do.
My aunt must have been telling the truth all along about the accident.
Are you sure? I don't think so. Why would she leave you up lock you up in the coal cellar?
She said it was for my own good, so I wouldn't try
that's-
to run away again in the night.
There seems something fishy about this. Do you remember anything about it?
It's all such a blur.
What about your aunt? Did she come with you?
Papa asked her if she wanted to come, but she said no. Sometimes she'd want to ride into London to buy toys for her pet owl to rip to shreds, but not that day.
So why didn't your aunt come too?
Well, Alberta was very sure she wanted to stay at home.
Do you remember anything at all about the crash?
No, nothing at all. The last thing I recall was feeling ill, passing out on the back seat of the Rolls.
Ill, milady?
Yes, I was feeling sick, and I was sweating even though it was a cold day. As we motored into town, I kept on closing my eyes. The last time I closed them, that's when the Rolls must have crashed.
What about your ma and pa?
Ma told me she didn't feel well, either, but she knew Papa's meeting in town with the bank manager was important. He had to save Saxby Hall. She didn't want him to have to turn back for her.
What about your pa?
I don't know. If he wasn't feeling well, he didn't say, but that's what Papa was like. He always kept a stiff upper lip.
If your old man was feeling ill too, that could explain the crash.
I know. Sitting on the back seat of the Rolls, I kept feeling like I was blacking out.
What could make you all ill like that? Was there a funny smell of anything in the car?
A funny smell? Like what?
Dunno, fumes from the exhaust maybe. That could make you all feel ill.
No, there was never anything wrong with the car. It was Papa's pride and joy. He always kept the Rolls in mint condition. The engine purred like a cat when he drove it.
And if it's not the car, then it must be something else. Did you all have anything strange to eat that morning?
No, Mama cooked us boiled eggs with soldiers. We had that for breakfast every morning. But,
Yeah?
well, Aunt Alberta made us all a pot of tea that morning.
A pot of tea?
Yes, and she never made us tea. She would never normally do anything like that for us, ever. That's why I remember it. And I remember saying to Mama that the tea tasted funny.
Funny?
Well, I mean funny, peculiar, strange. But Mama told me to drink it up, so as not to be rude to Alberta. I couldn't stomach it though, so when nobody was looking, I poured my cup out into a plant pot.
What did it taste like, milady?
I must have had only a mouthful. Bitter somehow. I put lashings of milk and sugar in my tea, but it definitely had a bitter aftertaste.
Did your aunt have any of our tea?
No, she didn't. Aunt Alberta poured out a cup of tea from the pot for herself, but she never had a sip.
Did your ma and pa think it tasted funny too?
Well, if they did, they were too polite to say so in front of her. But I noticed them both grimace when they drank it. Alberta must have laced the tea with
Poison!